So if this one sounds bad, have no idea why.
Right.
I'm not in it. I have no answers for you.
Right.
I spent like, what was it, 2 or 3 hours with this before I could come over.
Yeah.
It's a tragedy.
No, what was a tragedy was us doing that 45-minute video last night.
No, it was 30.
Whatever it was.
It was 30.
And it not recorded.
Yeah, we did a top 10 video that might come out before this or after this. Just depends on how the earth shakes out.
Whatever he feels like doing at that particular moment.
Well, I was going to do it before I came over here, and that was going to be my test video if it went well.
Right.
But then the mics wouldn't connect. The webcam wouldn't connect to OBS Studio. And then I uninstalled it, restarted it. I did everything proper before last resort. And I know for a fact what happened is I got that, what did I tell you it was? Cantina or some shit.
Right.
Some new, because I have the, what is it, Mojave or something on there whenever I first got it. And then last night it updated. This is how this happened. So this is how I know I really wasn't paying attention, because it just said update. And it was Cantinia. I think that's what it was called. And I was so out of it. Like, I was sitting there watching Big Bang Theory 1 minute, and next minute I took the laptop to the room because it was updated, and I was just sitting in the bed, all types of just look like Randy Orton sleeping. I was just out, you know. So then I came to, and everything seemed like it updated, but I didn't check nothing. I just closed it and put it to the side. And then I got more comfortable. Like, the laptop was more comfortable than I was, you know what I'm saying? Because I was laying on a mound of a blanket and some pillows, because that's just how I had it whenever I went in there. And then I never got to laying down. So, but yeah, if this sounds terrible, we have no idea. We gonna put it on anyways. Sorry for that little thump. Hopefully I don't get any more stupid notifications.
We gotta do a video of me and you playing wrestling together.
Which wrestling?
Like last night.
Oh man, it's gonna take so long. We could do it. Okay, so this is what we can do. Got a good idea.
No, I'm just saying because like your comment last night when I RKO'd you.
Hold on. This is what we can do. I'm feeding into it. So what we can do is, before every pay-per-view, play all the matches. So here's the thing to that is he has 19, but not sure if he's gonna get 20 whenever it comes out. I'm
gonna get it, but whenever I get a PlayStation, I'm gonna get it.
Okay.
Like,
so I mean, we can continue this whenever it comes out, but for the time being, we're gonna be doing on 19. So we could do that. We can do that.
Just because, like, last time when I RKO'd you, you had Eddie.
Bro, this is sad. I don't even want to talk about that.
No, it was just funny. Just your comment.
Let's get to this review.
You must have skipped it now.
The people see what's in front of us. They see some Joker pops, you know. You want to tell people which ones they are, in case they want to pick them up at your local deli?
This one is the Batman from the Joker from the animated series. This one's from Arkham Asylum, sorry. The Batman Who Laughs, which is one of my favorite ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then Joker, Death of the Family. And then we got Joker, Batman, and I also have a poster of him up there.
Right on. You got a couple Jokers.
I got three Jokers. Well, 4 if you want to count this, but she does have the J necklace on.
Don't count that. That clearly has Harley Quinn on it. Don't be cheapskating the man.
But yeah.
All right, okay. We done with pleasantries and
pleasantries.
Time to get down to brass tacks, as the old folk would say.
You were about to say young folk. Like,
normally I'll say the young folk.
I want to see what 20-year-old is going
right.
to say that. That'd be hysterical.
We got to carry on the old time tree. You know what I mean? The old time sayings. Because
nobody else is carrying on one.
I mean, it's some people out there, still living the dream.
Living the dream.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go first, and tell the people what you thought of the movie. Get everything out, and then we'll go back and forth. After I'm gonna let you get your soliloquy out, and I'm gonna get my little tirade out, and then we'll just go back and forth for a little minute, and we'll get out of here.
I actually don't have anything bad for this movie. I liked it. It was the only. I mean, I shouldn't say anything. I don't have anything. I just wish he was younger. Like, so they can line it up with him facing the Batman. Because by the time this Joker would be around for that Batman, Joker would have been like 67.
Oh, hold on.
So that's my only issue with it.
Really quick. This may or may not have spoilers. We're not going to go out of our way to say certain things, but if it comes up in conversation because we're trying to point to an example of what we're talking about, that happened.
Right.
It's been a week by the time this comes out to you, because it's Thursday, so it'll either be Thursday when it comes out or Friday. So
yeah, we went see it last Thursday. So
yeah.
You've got a week to see it. You've had a week to see it. So
I've seen a lot of people on my timeline like we're getting to see it. So okay, go ahead. I just wanted to get that out there.
No, I actually was talking to Jenner about this today, the different laughs. Mm-hmm. And I showed her the evolution, how they got really good over time, and then Leto came and it fell, and then Joaquin Phoenix.
He was jealous.
Bruh, he's so salty how well this Joker moves.
He's salty that they just dismissed him like they did, didn't give him no sort of sequel or any sort of anything. It's just like,
well, he ruined Suicide Squad.
But can I tell you something? We didn't even see Joker that long in the movie.
It was 3 minutes in that entire movie.
Like, as the Joker, it was maybe like
3 minutes. That's the official runtime for the Joker in that movie.
3 minutes. Then I was gonna be more generous and say like 15.
No, it was
20.
literally 3 minutes,
and it was a pretty long movie. And it's just like, you have no excuse.
You had 3 minutes in that entire movie, and you screwed the whole movie
excuse.
up.
I don't know what to tell you. I knew before it came out, bro. Like, if you the dummy that signed up to do it, right? You could have been the guy doing this one, but you signed up to do that one,
and you didn't put the time into it like everybody else did.
Well, I'm not saying that he couldn't do this Joker that they got now, because maybe they could have, and it actually would have ran better. Because my only complaint or confusion, not really complaint, is like Joaquin Phoenix is like older, so I'm just like, how they set up the end to connect to the future of things, you know, like how old, and then they're saying that he's possibly not even the real Joker that Batman ended up facing. He's just like, so there's like a Joker and then the Joker that Batman faces.
Like the guy that takes over just idolizes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
But he like does a way better job because he lasts longer, as we can tell through the Batman story. Right. But they're saying that, he didn't officially say. He just said he's maybe, maybe not even, because I think they're waiting to see how old boy Batman movie goes.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson's Batman movie goes before they try to, because I don't think he's going to be the villain in the Batman movie. Joker.
No, they're saying Catwoman is going to be in it. Mm-hmm.
But she's not necessarily.
I've heard the Riddler. I've heard Penguin. I've heard Eggman. Mm-hmm. I basically heard everybody but the Joker, because they don't want to start with the Joker.
Yep. Oh, that's such a tall task.
Bro.
So how do you feel about it? Like, you don't feel any sort of ways about the movie, like it didn't, nothing deep in depth?
The only thing I didn't like I understand they had to build a backstory, but I think they kind of took a little too long to build that backstory. That was my own, I understand building a backstory, but everybody complains about when they do Spider-Man, and it takes a good chunk of the movie to build up to Uncle Ben dying. This is kind of like that, but I understand why they did that. There were some scenes in there that they could have like taken out that wasn't really necessarily important to that movie. But other than that, I loved it. I thought it was a really good movie. Like Joaquin Phoenix said he wasn't interested in doing a sequel, but now that he's seen so much praise and love about it, he said he's open to do another one if the story is right.
Well, it was a real good movie.
Yeah.
Like, he should be proud of that. Like, he's up there with the greats now, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people are saying he's up there with Jack Nicholson. Bro, I should have moved that poster over.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. Maybe you can put a picture, like, take a picture and put it in there. Sorry. Yeah. I have a picture of, like, the greats. And Leto's not in it.
I'll get a picture of it, or I'll have you send me one whenever I go to edit the sound.
The ironic part is I bought that 2017, so it came out after Suicide Squad.
No, I'm pretty sure I was with you.
Yeah, you were there that year I bought it. I think that was the year that we stayed and we had to walk the 3 miles just to check into the hotel. And I kind of
that was the first year then?
Yeah, we went in 2016 to meet Thompson.
We went the first year and then the second year.
Yeah, the second year is when I got that one. That was 2017.
That wasn't that year. The first year we met Thompson Coleman.
Yeah, that was 2016.
And then the next year you got that poster. Okay.
Because we went there and then we've seen Suicide Squad later that year, and that's when we started the podcast.
Don't worry, you guys will have seen it. Trust me, I'll get it up there. So, I guess I'm gonna start with what you said, and I didn't mind it, you know, because it's just like we both discussed, and it's just like we both want to go see it again, and it's just like I'm kind of waiting a little bit, because it was a lot, and it's just like I wish I could sit here and say I was offended, it bothered me, it shocked me, it appalled me, you know what I mean, like that I wasn't expecting it. It's just I wish I could say those things to some people and then try to be on the side of the like 13% people that are upset about it, or the 25 to 35% people that are offended in any way by it. But it's just like, get over yourself. I'm gonna just be honest with you, because my life and the people I've seen is like very similar to that, man. So what, you know what I mean? Like if that's happening here where I'm at, in a place where it's just like supposed cornfields, which there are none where I see, you know. But if that's happening here, I'm pretty sure that's happening everywhere. So like, let's not act like the Joker movie was something that was groundbreaking and they crossed so many lines. The only line that I was afraid that they were going to cross that they didn't was the scene where he was in her apartment that I called in my head. I knew it was going to happen, that she wasn't even going to remember him. And he was in her apartment. I thought he was going to like rape her or something, or be violent with her.
That scene is weird because they never showed what actually happened. Like, you don't know what happened to her and her daughter. They never showed her after that.
I'm pretty sure they didn't die, bro.
I'm just saying, that was like at his rise of...
But I thought they did. But I'm pretty sure that they didn't.
But see, this is why we got to go back and actually rewatch it. And now that the glow is off of it, we've seen it already, we can actually
I'm pretty sure he did, because me and Ebony were watching, like, it was a lot of stuff I was watching very detailed, and it's like, okay, I'm glad he didn't do it, because it was just like, that seemed like he was about to do something, and me and her both was just like, okay, because I was gonna be the only person, like, because I wasn't, because even then, that would bother me if like I knew it was to happen, but it wasn't like I'm gonna walk out over it. It's like a comedy show, like, are you gonna be what you gonna be offended by and not gonna be offended by, you know? It's just like, we're here to laugh at pretty much everything. If you can't laugh at it, don't make a whole thing out of it, and don't make it seem like you gotta leave either. So I just feel like the movie was very real life. You know what I mean? Very realistic. So, what are you gonna do? Tell me that real life don't exist? Well, I tell you to come over to my neighborhood, my neck of the woods, and I'll show you like that. Your thought process is very flawed. Then,
Right.
it's not everywhere, obviously, and it's more scarce now, you know. And what I also don't like is now that the movie came out, and whenever Endgame came out with Thor, everybody is like a psychologist now. Like everybody just knows mental illness
Right.
and this and that, and they're just talking on it, this and that, and they're just trying to pull all these. It's just like, dude, it's a movie. It's a movie. If you want to feel like you related to them, because that's fine. I have nothing against that, but just stop with the psychology talk. Like, y'all ruin movies between them not having women or gay people or the guy gotta be the star or this or that, and it's just like, just stop ruining the movie with all this political crap. Like, we're obviously watching it, we get it, you know, like, because they were really scared that it was gonna start mass shootings or something, which didn't happen, and they said that there was a threat, a major threat, yeah, for it, and I'm just like, I don't know or not.
I would say that was the only issue I had when I walked out and seen them two sheriffs sitting there. That actually kind of pissed me off.
Yeah.
Kind of ruined it for me because I'm sorry, if they're going to do something, they will probably do something where there's going to be the most casualties. And it wasn't the Joker. It would have been Endgame.
Right.
Just because something happened in the Batman movie that had nothing to do with the Joker.
That was a decade ago.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago. It was about Bane, not the Joker. And they're trying to tie it together because he has a mental illness.
I don't know. My thing is just like, this is what bothers me. So now I'm going to go to the fan side of it, of like being a Joker faithful, because that's my favorite DC villain. That's my favorite villain ever. So let's just get that out the way. And then we can get into the Green Goblins and stuff like that. Like, as far as like comic book universes.
Why does our favorite villains have mental disorders?
I don't know, but hey, listen, they make good villains, right? And it's real life.
And most of the times they make sense when they talk.
Well, this is the thing. This is the problem I had with everybody's complaints or non-complaints, or just just if you feel in any type of way, what did you expect? You know, like, because if you go back, and this is what kind of bothered me, if you go back and watch Heath Ledger's Joker, he got glorified and praised for it.
Right.
Here's two major problems: PC culture, and then flock culture, cancel culture. Like, we gotta calm down. Like, what do you expect? Do you not remember any rendition of the Joker? Do you think they was just sitting there shooting bubble guns and having tea parties? I'm just being honest. Like, whatever. But I'm just being honest. I gotta stick to my convictions on this one.
Well, it's like the Suicide Squad issue. They literally had the scene where the Joker smacked Harley, and everybody was in an uproar, so they took it out. Like, do you guys not read the damn comic books? Like, he smacks the shit out of her, and eventually she kills him. You know what happens in real life, but they took that out because it was offensive.
I don't know.
But, you know, we can watch movies about women beating men and throwing them in bathtubs and stuff.
I don't know. I don't want to get into that, but it's just, we gotta just calm down. Just remember who we watching here, okay? So I'm just getting my negatives about all these situations before I get into my infatuation in a second. But I just really think y'all should go back and read any comic, any movie, any TV show, anything pertaining to the Joker, and it'll be sick and twisted, and you may not think it is because it don't display it as good as what this movie did, but that's not their fault,
right?
You know,
they were stuck with what they got.
And I'm just gonna be honest, like, my life ain't so desensitized to where it's just like, or I'm that sensitive to where it's just like it doesn't bother me, or that I can't recognize what it is for what it is, you know, like. I'm not desensitized to it because I still feel something for it, but it's just like.
But that's how we were raised, though.
Yeah, I can't be too offended over it either.
Right? Because I mean, just with the movies we grew up with, there was no way. But it's everybody says the millennials doing this. It's the generation after us, whatever they're called.
I don't know.
They're called something weird. It's that generation. Like I literally just seen a post on Facebook the other day that said, "Let's take away Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and let's see how much of an activist you really are."
Mm-hmm. They don't want to do that though. They feel like that's their way to go. So and therefore it is. But I don't know. So let me just go on to the movie. Like how I felt about it. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I just stop panicking, you guys.
It's a fucking movie. Go and enjoy it. You're paying the $12 to go see it. Go
Just
see
know,
it.
well, my thing is just know what you're going to see before you see it. And then you're going to have, like, watch a preview and then do backstory on it if you don't know anything about Joker, because the trailers look just as kind of, like, dark as the movie.
Right.
Like, it's way more, you get way more from the movie, obviously. But
I will say
still.
this, DC finally has 3 successful films.
But
Finally.
they gotta get superhero efforts. And I don't mean that as a pun. So, how I personally feel about the movie is, if Heath Ledger's Joker wasn't the best, he had my cup.
Yeah, I really think Joaquin Phoenix is number 2.
But the problem is that I know if Heath Ledger had another movie, his would be way better than what his was, and that's no knock on him. But I'm just saying, I just gotta be honest. I have to be honest with myself. The Joker I seen and the Joker I would have got in another standalone movie or something to that effect. Oh, it's not even a debate. And this is to another point of what I was saying just a second ago. If you think that a standalone Heath Ledger Joker movie wouldn't be very similar to the one Joaquin Phoenix is, you're out of your mind. I'm just letting you know. Because bro man don't mind doing dark movies. Take that how you want, but I'm just saying. His ain't gonna be all cartoony,
Yeah.
Especially if it's a backstory. That's what it's just like. It's just like the backstory to it all is just like, there's no way y'all can't not make this just the Joker, That's what I was kind of bummed about when the I don't know, it was the producer or the director, whoever has said that about the Joker, that it probably won't even be the Joker for the Batman. It was just like, are you sure? You did all that to not make it that way? And then you connected all that way to not make it that way?
Right.
Like, are you sure? So why would you do that? Unless you're just waiting to see how his movie does, and then you're like, well, maybe we can do something.
I mean, that's like the Spider-Man Venom thing. They said that Spider-Man would never be in Venom, but now it's a possibility. So.
Well, they haven't started filming number 2 yet.
So you never know.
So we can probably get it.
Disney's CEO said Tom Holland was the main reason they made that deal.
I mean, it's common sense. Because I'm pretty sure he would just be like, I'm not going to do any more movies.
Yeah.
And then y'all got to start everything over again. This is like, dude, can he get a break?
All right, we finally got to get Spider-Man. Leave it alone.
A cinematic one,
right?
They could always get the animated ones pretty good. Y'all always effing up the cinematic ones faithfully. Like, they always have a blunder every time. Okay, anyway, we getting off track.
Right.
So, visually, I'm very pleased with the movie.
Yeah.
Especially at the end. I'm glad that they placed it kind of back in the day. It wasn't like in the 2000s.
Right.
So.
And they tied everything together, which is like what you were just saying. I was trying to think if they said that his mom worked at Wayne 20 or 30 years ago. So if it was 20, then that means Joaquin Phoenix's character was only 20 or 30.
And that's another thing. So his name is Arthur, and that's not even his name. Because on his birth certificate, he had no name whenever she got him. When she adopted him, he had no name. She gave him that name. Yeah. So, of course, we do know that Joker still has no name. Right. And that's what I thought was fascinating about, like, a lot of stuff.
This whole thing was supposed to be his backstory, and they kind of left things open in a way.
Well, that's good, though, because they staying true to the character. Right. Like, I don't think we should ever know his name, you know? Because maybe he did have a name from the mother that gave birth to him, and only them two knew it. Right. But after that, you know. But and another thing that kind of killed me was, like, the mom he did get, she was just stupid all around. I did not like her, and I called that too, that he was gonna kill her, like, before the movie started, like before it got into it, like whenever they introduced us to them too. Right. It was like, oh, he gonna kill her, because it's just. And I'm sorry, swear, but
we warned you.
Yeah. but I knew it was gonna happen.
But doing a movie review, there's no way you can talk about it and not, like, as long as you're not.
I know. I just don't want to be a dick about it.
As long as you're not giving big plot points away, right? I mean, that you could easily call, right.
But yeah. So I knew that was gonna happen. It's just like, I'm not surprised by a lot of things in this movie, because it's just like, I understand people like the Joker, and I understand how far that can go, especially if you, like, take the criminology classes and you keep up with the stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, that it's not a shocker to me. You know, it's really not. Like, have we not seen history in general, U.S. history, world history?
Right. So did you like his laugh?
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, that was the biggest question, is if he could have a good laugh, and I thought he did.
What I'm hoping for is, okay, so I know in the movie he was acting for that scene, because that was a somewhat serious scene, and plus you are officially coming out as the Joker, like, officially. So I'm hoping in the next movie he gets that spicy charisma about the Joker. Just, you know how he's just, like,
right before
carefree, and, like, you don't know what he's gonna do, and his attitude is just up and down, and he's truly like a clown in ways. Like, he could be laughing 1 minute, then be mad serious, and then be fake crying, or be, you know, just like really hurt.
When he walked out, when he was dancing around, and, you know, he was kind of like, and then when he sat down, he was talking. Yeah.
But you know what I mean, just make it more like
fluid,
just
more Joker-esque.
Yeah, just you gotta hit those different. You know what I mean? Because Joker is just such an out there character. Right. You can't contain all that giddiness. You gotta let that out. That's just natural. That come with the territory.
What I thought was really cool is how they progressed his life throughout the movie. Because, you know, in the beginning he was on the meds. He only laughed when he got super nervous, and then he had the card to give him. Then as that medicine wore, you've seen the medicine literally get out of his system, and he laughed more and more. I was like, that's what actually happens with people.
The scene where he was at the table at the comedy club writing jokes, and he was laughing when people wasn't laughing. It was so many parts of this movie that was just like, it made me, I was laughing, and it's just like, I shouldn't have been. And it's just like, bro, listen, you talking to a dude that laughed at the end of the Crucible when everybody got hung. And that was just like a coincidence. Listen, dude, I can still visualize that. Like, it's not even that they got hung.
But she's still mad about that, though.
I don't know. I told her, me and Wesley was mad. I was.
So we had the same teacher, and, like, literally, I had her class right after him. And she was like, if any of you guys laugh, I will kick you out of my class instantly. I was like, okay. I was like, who messed up?
Whoa, what?
And she was like, you should know. I was like, what did I know? It's your class. I was somewhere else.
They just think we always talk. Me and my friends or my cousins is always talking. Because you and Marcus both went to anti-rail. And then I had like 3 like really close friends, and they was always thinking we had to be always together. Right. Like, no, I eat lunch. I wander the halls. I have a class for about 15 to 20 minutes a day.
Even though the class times are like, what, 85 minutes?
Yeah. Well, I couldn't commit to that.
Just a solid 15.
Bro, the bathroom breaks was life because I was making them everlast. I'm trying to tell you, I would pace every hall and then go back to class like 20 minutes before it was out, maybe 15. It was just life. But that day, this particular day, we was watching The Crucible, and that was just great. Because if you haven't seen it, or if you have seen it, then you know at the end, old boy Proctor got hung.
Saying the Lord's Prayer. They said that the witches can't say it.
And then they hung you anyway. And that's what killed me right there. Like, that completely turned me off. And then all you heard was, like, it go black, and then the rope, like, snap. And then shout out to Wesley Sewell. Me and him, we immediately looked at each other. It's started dying.
Bro, so actually when I went to Salem,
we started dying. And she kicked us both out of class. She said, David, Wesley, go outside now. I was like, damn. It was funny.
So I went to Salem when, they had a whole 360 room that you could, like, they told the story. When they got to the part where they hung him, I was going like this, trying not to laugh because I remember you and Wesley. And Jen was like, what are you laughing at? I was like, nothing. Just keep watching. Just go like this.
So, yeah. I can laugh at some disturbing stuff just because, like, I got that uncomfortable thing. Like, it's so serious happening. I like the Joker, bro. I can't express, like, y'all emotions. So I just laugh. It's just like,
bro, it's like okay? Paranormal Activity. Every time the scary thing would happen, I would die, and everybody's just looking at me.
Oh my god! The only scary one of that was the first one.
That's the one I'm talking about.
And then, that one wasn't scary until she got yanked out of bed. Then I was like, okay. Now how you explain that one? Bill Nye's the science guys out there.
I think the marked ones was actually the scariest.
That's no, not the marked ones. The one that I thought was scary was whenever they had whenever the two girls was kids, and they mom and sister and all them and grandma was in that cult. Did you see that one? I think that was like the third one.
So, no, I just think the fourth one was scary because it like led up to the first one. Like it showed why people were being possessed.
That's crazy. Okay.
Anyways, back to the Joker.
Yeah.
So I would actually like to see.
So what's your best Jokers? Rank them.
Are we talking about just movies or in general?
In general.
Of course, Heath is at the top.
Damn. Wow.
It's for me. It's like him and Mark Hamill are like just because that's who.
Go ahead.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
But they're like kind of like tied for me just because that's who we grew up with. But then we got him, so it's kind of like. But then it goes Joaquin Phoenix, definitely. Mm-hmm. Then Jack Nicholson, then Caesar, and then like Jared Leto was like -75.
Okay.
I don't remember
I respect you, Liz, but I'm gonna tell you flat out, your comparison is wrong.
Of course,
it is wrong, sir.
Every time.
Mark Hamill's #1, and it's not even close. It's not even close. His laugh, his mannerisms, how he had the character on key and lock for years, still to this day.
Bro, I just realized something.
To this day.
I put both Mark Hamills together and didn't even think about it.
To this day, Thomas, and you disrespectful. And then you got Heath Ledger, the cinematic GOAT, period. And then you got Walk, the walkie walks. Joaquin Phoenix, #3. And then you got Jack. And then I'll do Caesar. Kaiser.
He was like, Leto's name on the spectrum.
I got so many other Jokers that were like him for a day before I got.
I'm trying to remember like the other guys. Like 3 or 4 other people voiced the Joker for like animated movies, but I just can't remember their names right now.
Well, I'm doing my grades.
I would say these are the ones that we know and love. So.
Well, them the ones that is my greatest. Because if I don't love the other ones, I would put them in the list.
But the other ones sound so much like Mark, so it's kind of hard to tell if it's unless you read the credits or if he says, "Hey, I'm doing this new Joker movie."
I've never seen anything that he wasn't except for like one thing.
Yeah, there was
but everything else that he was in, I've seen. So, because most of the time you get to hear about it.
It's like, cause if you look at these 2 Jokers, they kind of look the same, just different animation.
Almost got you. What I loved was the suit in the movie, how it looked just like what it should look like, and that's the only knock that I have on Heath Ledger's suit. He had a suit that kind of looked like it, but not like that. Not like that. I'm just being honest here. The purple with the orange, and then you gotta get that little joke flower.
Right.
Bruh.
The shoots acid.
Come on, man. That's the classic, Thomas. That's what you should strive for. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to disrespect Heath Ledger. I know it's your favorite now. Of all time.
I said it's a mix between him and Mark.
All right. You got anything to say to people before we get out of here? Alright, well.
You can't set me up for shit like that. Think I'm just gonna.
You know what? Take this on. Hopefully, this is a good podcast for y'all, through y'all ears, the audio. And make sure you check out the next top 10 video we do, or I do. It just depends on how the earth shakes out. It's going to be top 10 anime. You may have seen it. It depends on how this rolls out. Because I might have this up and then have an animated one up. But either way, check them both out. Check out the other videos. Thomas has some videos of some unboxing and some new stuff he gets. And he has a bunch of stuff in his cool room that I'm going to coax him into putting up on the channel. And then we'll get that wrestling video together.
And then Cody and I are going to do that Mortal Kombat one. Mm-hmm. And then we want to do the My Hero.
Yeah, we can get that because we got 3 mics. We can do it.
Right?
It'll be nothing.
Technically, we got 4 mics.
Technicalities. I don't know. But yeah, check us out. Like, share, subscribe. Crack a little your mama jokes in the comments. It's okay. It's fair game. It's fair game. Let us know what your favorite Jokers are. Top 5, top 10. Let us know how wrong we are about the movie or about the Jokers that we have ranked, or just tell me how right I am that Thomas did not put Mark Hamill as number 1.
He was number 1.
Me with the Heath Ledger. It was half a movie. It was not a life's work. And we're going to send it out here with that because Thomas has a glare in his eye. Take it easy.